What's poppin', Rockstars? My name is MT, and the newest trailer for Marvel's What If series has dropped harder than I was as a baby, giving us MCU lovers a new look into one of the most interesting MCU projects that I've been waiting to see for the longest time. Like, I've been wanting Marvel to make this show for forever. But now, if you think that Marvel's What If is just going to be another Marvel TV show like the ones that they show hanging out with Phineas and Ferb on the Disney Man channel, what if I told you that you were dead ass wrong? What If is a Marvel Studios project, meaning that the things that Jeffrey Wright's Watcher will show us during the show are actual canonical events that have actually happened within the MCU multiverse. And that these crazy flip-flop events in the show will most likely tie into the plot of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness coming up like hardcore. So this show is just as significant as your WandaVisions or your Lokis. So that all being the case, let us all hop into the multiverse madness that is this new trailer, my nerd babies.
Yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace. Do we know each other?
And right off the bat, this trailer starts us off the same way the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe started, with the moment this military convoy carrying Tony Stark is attacked by terrorism. But more specifically, this trailer opens the exact way Iron Man 1 does, with this wide shot of Tony's military escort being recreated in animated form. Actually, a lot of these shots from this part of the trailer were framed exactly the way they happened in the movie, which serves as a really nice contrast for when Tony Stark is rescued by would-be King of Wakanda, Eric Killmonger himself, so, you know, he can go home and see Pepper rather than stand here and be peppered by shrapnel. So, if we out here using Loki terms, Killmonger chucking that bomb was the Nexus event that caused this timeline to branch into a what if Killmonger saved Tony's from the 10 Rings timeline that I'm so hyped to see, because these two men mega dead in our timeline, so it's really good to see them again, because good God, have I missed them. Anyways, moving on.
Time. Reality. It's changeable.
And next up, we see that seal of quality that is the Marvel Studios logo. That is, of course, a staple of every Marvel trailer. But behind this logo this time around, we can see the Watcher with his eyes glowing in our direction, sort of suggesting that he could be watching even our reality as well as we watch the various realities of the show, which is a major fourth wall breaking concept that I really hope that they explore in this show. But more importantly, we have a voiceover of Tilda Swinton's The Ancient One stating how time and reality are changeable before the trailer symbolically demonstrates this by intercutting footage of an animated version of the iconic Avengers 1 team camera pan with a new team that seems to be the Avengers of the Multiverse, a team composed of T'Challa as Star-Lord, a Gamora decked out in that new Thanos collection from Nike, a version of Black Panther that could be Killmonger, I'm not really sure there, as well as a version of Thor that recent merchandise leaks have revealed to be a character called Party Thor. Now, I know what you're thinking, MT, didn't we already see a Party Thor in Endgame? Like, you know, he was just drinking and having fun just with his friends? No. That was depressed Xbox Live Party Thor. Regular Party Thor is believed to be a Thor from a timeline when Thor goes to Midgard, but doesn't exactly learn the lessons in responsibility that he learns in Thor 1. It's a big difference there. Party Thor is what my friends did in college, and depressed Xbox Live Party Thor is what I did in college. I'm a real loser. But that moment in the trailer happens after we see Doctor Strange use the Time Stone to presumably send him back in time to his pre-accident days, and is surrounded by these interesting looking runes that sort of look like the runes that we see in WandaVision, which is really interesting to me and could actually end up tying into Doctor Strange 2. Moving on.
Where you want to be? That's the question, isn't it?
Every universe is different.
Then the trailer continues with a shot of T'Challa-Lord flying over the Collector's episode of Hoarders, then cutting to T'Challa entering the Power Stone temple room of Morag instead of Peter Quill like we get in Guardians of the Galaxy. And then we get the shot of Yondu mentoring T'Challa, implying that Yondu's relationship with T'Challa as he grew up was vastly different than that of Peter Quill's upbringing with Yondu. Like, these two actually seem like an actual in-sync space pirate duo, with them even working together later on this trailer to beat Tantalier's ass. Sorry buddy, should have collected some coupons instead, bitch. And then we have what appears to be Bruce Banner changing into the Hulk in front of a Black Widow, dressed like she's undercover at a government facility or something, which is really intriguing. Because it seems that these two are at odds here, considering that Bruce is changing into the Hulk, seemingly as a result to her presence. So maybe this is a universe where Black Widow never joined S.H.I.E.L.D. and she's trying to steal the secrets of the Super Soldier program from General Ross. And then we can see Hulk and Party Thor fighting a bunch of Ultron bots, seemingly in two separate locations, with Party Thor seemingly fighting his bots in the City of Sin of Las Vegas, which is a stark contrast to the holy city of Asgard, suggesting that many of Party Thor's Asgardian-themed ragers may have taken place here, and Chris Angel probably showed up and blew Thor's mind with his dark wizardry.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Now, picture this. You're all set to watch the Loki finale in your computer, right? The pizza is hot, the beverages are cool, but then you start up your MacBook and it's so slow by the time the title sequence hits, the pizza is cold and the beverages are warm, which is unacceptable. To speed up your Mac, use today's sponsor, Clean My Mac X. It's an all-in-one cleaning and optimizing software for your Mac. Clean My Mac X helps to declutter your Mac by finding and offering to delete cache, logs, and old mail attachments scattered throughout your Mac system, saving you gigabytes of space. Clean My Mac X was introduced 12 years ago and has become a daily solution for millions of users. The app's most popular feature is the Smart Scan, which examines for system log files and user cache that is no longer needed, does a quick malware check, and runs some optimization tasks to speed up your Mac. And all this happens in just a couple of seconds. Clean My Mac X also features powerful protection module. With malware removal, you can scan your MacBook for cryptocurrency miners, viruses, and adware and remove them instantaneously. And the privacy feature lets you control application permissions and see which apps can access your camera and microphone. It also lets you remove your chat history data from apps like Skype and other messengers. So check out the app's full features for free and find out how it can help you. And click the link in this video's description to download Clean My Mac X for free. But anyways, we also get this glimpse of Loki facing off against Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. with the full complement of the Asgardian army at his side, ready to motherfreaking roll, son! Which makes me think that because Thor never learned how to be responsible on Earth in this timeline, Loki was easily able to take over Asgard during those events of Thor 1. Because we can see later on in this trailer him using the Casket of Ancient Winters to freeze a bunch of people.
Slow down a little bit. There's a few people in the room that don't understand. Not me, I get it.
Who are you?
The name's Captain Carter.
And then we are formally introduced to Captain Carter, a version of Peggy Carter who got that good Erskine shit and none of that Walmart nonsense that Peggy's grandniece was peddling on Madripoor, you know what I'm saying? But in particular, this shot of her landing with a sword is super interesting to me because it looks like she just sliced off the tentacles of one of these weird squid-like creatures from later on in the trailer that very much resemble the Obelisk from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And I have a really good feeling that these squid-like creatures are the many angled ones of the Marvel multiverse and will probably be linked to that big old tentacled eyeball that is Shuma Gorath, who is rumored for Multiverse of Madness. But anyways, yeah, we see Captain Carter have a run-in with a dark version of Doctor Strange who seems to have lost his way, because when this version of Doctor Strange shoots out those dang evil wizard beans from his hands next to a woman that I'm assuming is Christine Palmer, you can see some dark particles whizzing around his phalanges, his magical phalanges. Maybe these dark particles suggest that he could have gotten tempted by that sweet, sexy, dark dimension magic from Dormammu. And I hear that once you go black, you know, you know. Just kidding, my ex left me quite quickly. And you already know that I cannot legally make this breakdown without mentioning the man, the myth, Mr. Steal Your Motherboard himself, Zola. And what's hilarious about this is that this isn't even his first time with a computer animated face. And this Zola is 100% definitely from Captain Carter's timeline for sure, because this is when he was alive. Anyways, moving on.
I am the Watcher. I observe all that transpires here.
We get this really interesting shot of this hooded figure in a strange world. And this is, of course, Janet Van Dyne inside of the quantum realm, but it looks like a zombie Janet instead of the beautiful, unzombified Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, I'm not even sure how a zombie Janet gets to the quantum realm on her own, but this could be a scenario where the zombie outbreak starts with a Janet Van Dyne after she is saved by Hank. Like, Hank picks her up and he's like, oh, you look kind of different, but hey, it's my wife, so only matrimony. And then she bites him. It's like, hooray for zombie matrimony. I mean, there are a lot of weird creatures within the quantum realm, so maybe one of them is some type of zombie virus. And then later we have our boy Peter Parker shooting webs at an off-screen target, a target implied to be Scarlet Witch herself. Mostly because this shot of Scarlet Witch later on shows her repulsing away Okoye's spear, but also Peter Parker's webs. So this could be our very first look at Avengers from Another Universe trying to contain our Wanda while she goes proper multiverse mad. But then towards the end of the trailer, we get a ton of quick flashes of moments from the series.
But I do not, cannot, will not interfere.
I guess I have to freestyle then.
Flashes of that stood out to me most were this shot of Pepper Potts and Shuri playing SWAT.
FBI, open up!
With the Dora Milaje, an older version of Ego the Living Planet using his powers on Earth, implying that he did return. Scott Lang without a freaking body, Natasha on a bike dodging blaster fire from Ultron bots in a post-apocalyptic Age of Ultron type world, I'm assuming. And this very same Natasha throwing Red Guardian shield, and since it's only been a few weeks since the last time we saw Vision die, have another one with Vision attempting to pluck out the Mind Stone from his own head. Marvel, Kevin, please. We would all be very domo arigato if you would just give Mr. Roboto a goddamn break. Please. What if you didn't? What if, Marvel? My heart can't take it anymore. Can't. And then finally, we get this very humorous moment of T'Challa, voiced by the late King Chadwick himself.
A Ravager never flies solo. I said never flies solo.
Is that some kind of catchphrase?
You had me worried for a second.
Walking out of the Morai Temple with Korath the Pursuer on his back, which suggests to me that T'Challa's years as a Ravager did not remove an ounce of this man's innate compassion. Because much like he spared Zemo's life in Civil War, he decided to spare Korath's life. Because that's just who he is. So RIP Chadwick Boseman, we miss you very much, and you have inspired all of us to be better people. Very much looking forward to seeing your final performance in What If? But yeah, that is it for my breakdown of Marvel's new What If trailer. What scenario are you most excited for? Is it what if Killmonger saved Tony Stark, or what if Marvel Zombies took over the MCU? Let us know below, my nerd babies. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. You can follow me at Mastertainment on Twitter or Instagram if you want to see me post some weird shit. But most importantly, you can follow New Rockstars wherever we are on the internet, especially on YouTube. And when you do, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get notifications whenever we upload some dope shit, which is like 24/7. Of course, be sure to hit up newrockstarsmerch.com so you can get dope shirts like this Loki limited edition, the latest Obsession shirt. But anyways, I love you guys so much. Be safe, be well, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.